next senior speech is Caroline Canton.
In the movie The Parent Trap, starring Lindsay Lohan, Annie and Hallie meet at summer camp and figure out they are identical twins separated at birth. It does not take long for them to become inseparable and devise a plan to switch places. Besides their rivalry when they first meet, my twin sister Maddie and I are nothing like Annie and Hallie. There's never been a moment in my life when I have not had a twin. Maddie was born 2 minutes before me, and she has never let me forget it. We also have very different and sometimes clashing personalities. For example, Maddie is a morning person and I am a night person. This is especially a problem because Maddie likes to shower early in the mornings when I'm still asleep, and I like to shower at night when she's already in bed. It is nearly impossible to tune out the arrhythmic pounding of water coming from the shower. I like to keep my room very clean, and no one has ever seen the carpet in Maddie's room. In other ways, we purposely separate ourselves. My sister loves baking, so I stick with tasting her desserts and do not bake myself. To this day, our parents and relatives still give us the same outfits in different colors. This does not bother Maddie, but I refuse to be matching, so there have been many occasions when she has put on the same clothes as I have, forcing me to change completely. Because of our differences, we have fought ardently over the most pointless things since we were little. Who gets the front seat, what TV show we will watch, whether or not we will make it to assembly on time, and much more. Sometimes our conflicts escalated from verbal to physical, including but not limited to slapping, punching, and twisting. Some of you have even witnessed our fights in school. I'm embarrassed to admit this continued until as late as last spring, but hopefully that was the end. Many people tell me they wish they had a twin. For years, I would respond by telling people that being a twin is not as wonderful as they may think. Maddie and I are very competitive, and we share the same classmates in a small school. This creates constant comparison and tension when one of us is included in something and the other is not. There have been many times when I have had to pick between my friends and my sister. More often, there have been times when I have had to choose between my own desires and what is best for my twin. For example, at winter ball last year, my sister's ankle was bothering her, and she wanted to leave the dance, so I brought her home at 8:30. However, with college fast approaching, I have begun to reevaluate our relationship and the benefits that come with being a twin. For instance, if I forget a textbook at school, my sister most likely has the same one I can use. Without her, I would probably never remember the different dress code on Fridays. But it is more than that. Having a twin means you have an automatic friend who is going through the same things at the same time. I realized that although we are very different, we are compatible. As I think about separating from Maddie next year, I realize how much she does for me and how much I lean on her for support. Maddie made lunch for me every day of sophomore year. I used to complain because I felt she went out of her way to make my sandwiches with the ends of the bread loaves, instead of being thankful that she was taking the time to pack my lunch this morning. I swear she found some ends somewhere. In addition, this fall, when I was overly stressed about college applications, Maddie was able to get me through it because she was unfazed by the process and extremely proactive. In September, I learned my early decision school required a peer recommendation. After much deliberating, I decided to ask Maddie to write my rec, not sure what would come out of it. I was blown away by what she said about our relationship, and at that moment, I fully realized how central Maddie is to my happiness. I am so lucky to have a friend who challenges me, but still loves me no matter what. My advice to you is not to take for granted the relationships you have with your family, especially your siblings. Most of you will probably not live with your siblings again after high school, so take advantage of the time you have together now. You never know. You may just find another best friend.